So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video it is the second of the series, the top 5 best pistols in Borderlands 3. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise let's get straight into this video. So first up, we have the Free Radical, which is a Maliwan pistol exclusively that drops from DLC 6. If you want to farm this weapon, you need to go to Beef Plisken, who is in the Caress Canyon. Now, this weapon only comes in shock. It can actually drop from any of the DLC 6 bosses, but the dedicated source is what I've stated just. It is an absolute beast when it comes to taking out enemies. It has a decent fire rate. Those familiar to the Hell Shock will feel it kind of feels the same way. However, it packs way more of a punch and can take on some of the toughest enemies in the game, and with a decent build you will just cakewalk things. Next up on the list, we have the Lightshow. Now, the Lightshow has been a top tier pistol for quite some time now. It is a Vladov pistol that drops from DLC 3 from Lacerdact in the Obsidian Forest. Now, this pistol is absolutely fantastic. At level 72, you can actually get it going up to nearly 35,000 times 4. So it has a tremendous amount of damage. It also fires in a pattern of a circle, meaning that even if you're not very accurate with it, you still can be hitting the target. It has a ton of forgiveness as well. I recommend actually getting a kinetic with next 2 mags. That always seems to be my favorite. And then you can rotate the next 2 mags flavor for whatever you want. But as you can see here, it doesn't really matter what kind of armor, flesh or shield we come up against. We've got more than enough damage with this pistol to just make the enemies just absolutely not want to be here. Up next, we have the Unkempt Herald. Now, the Unkempt Herald was recently buffed. It can come in a ×4 or ×3 variant and can come in a variety of elements. If you're going to get after this weapon, you need to go to Caberdaud in the Blood Sun Canyon. Now, since it's been buffed, it is absolutely a beast. It can be used in a variety of content, and if you get next 2 mags, maybe with radiation, something like that, it just absolutely destroys enemies. It's one of my favorite pistols now. It's right up there. Probably not as strong as the DLC Borderlands 2 variant of the Unkempt Herald, but it's definitely up there in terms of one of the best pistols in Borderlands 3. One of my favorite things about it is how easy it is to obtain. So Caberdaud is a nice simple farm, and with that 30% drop rate, it really does make a nice difference when having to farm for a specific element and or anointment. The next pistol on the list is the Torque pistol, the Prompt Critical. Now, this drops from DLC 4. It's Evil Lilith, which isn't the greatest farm. However, this pistol is worth the time. It can come in a variety of flavors and up to a ×4. Now, what makes this pistol stand out versus other pistols is its increase of splash radius as around other enemies, meaning that you can take out multiple enemies at the same time. It really does work very, very well in most situations. It has a single target splash and also a sticky variation being torque, and it doesn't really matter. The corrosive version that we're using here is obviously not ideal, but we still do a ton of damage with it. So finally, the last pistol that we're going to talk about is the Psycho Stabber. Now, the Psycho Stabber is a very different pistol to any other pistol in the game. It has a chance to roll with this point on the front as a part. If you get this point on the front, as you can see on the weapon card, you get an extra 340% melee damage. Now, why this is important is because melee gets mayhem scaled, and then you can make some really good synergies with builds. So whilst you won't actually fire this weapon, and if you do fire this weapon, you will be disappointed. If you have melee builds that, for example, take advantage of melee novas, or using melee in Amara's skill tree, using the fish slap grenade, you will see that you will buff your melee damage beyond comprehension. So watch as these red dots just absolutely get deleted on the True Guardian takedown because of that melee buff that you are getting from the Psycho Stabber. So as I say, whilst you won't be actually firing the pistol, you'll be holding it. Where else are you just going to get a free 340% damage buff just by holding a weapon? So there you have it, guys. That is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments section below whether you agree with this top 5 and what order you would put them in. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise I'll catch you on the flip.